merely a journey, but an experience which is an accumulated aggregation of you yourself, hence transcending the mundanity of the smallness into the meaningfulness of life. Hence, a small thing which we perceive as being could be something that would transcend into meaningfulness in a continuous cycle for entirety of our life. So hence, I do not believe that an event as such is a mere journey in itself, but a continuous cycle of development as human individuals and human persons, and interrelations between whoever does it and whoever is involved in it. So with this, I bid a warm good afternoon to everybody present here. So at first, I would like to acknowledge the respectable guests that are to be seated in our main dais and desk. Firstly, I would like to call the chairperson, the closing chair of this current event, our respected Professor Geeta Pathak Sangrola, Professor in charge, International Law and Relations Study Center. Our guest of honor, respected Professor Madhav Prasad Acharya sir, President of Kashmir School of Law. Chief guest, Honorable Gokul Prasad Baskota, Minister for Communication and Information Technology. Our respected and beloved Professor Dr. Yuvraj Sangrola, Executive Director of Law. Respected Professor Hong Kong Rana, Academic in charge of School of Law. Our respected Professor and Senior Advocate Prakash Kesi sir, Mr. Navraj Gilal, Coordinator, District Coordination Committee, Bhaktapur. Madam Sudha Keshi, Administrative Head, Kathmandu School of Law. Mr. Ram Mani Gautam, Board Member, Kathmandu School of Law. Mr. Amar Singh Shah, Board Member, Kathmandu School of Law. And Mr. Ravi Prakash Vyas, Kathmandu School of Law. So with this, I would like to call upon our Honorable Chief Guest, Gokul Prasad Baskota, accompanied by Professor Dr. Yuvraj Sangrola, to proceed with the Deep Prajolan or lighting of the lamp, which would signify the auspices to whoever is present here and the event in itself. Theme based on the protection and preservation of our Himalayas, we tend to narrow down our concept and specify different issues for each year's program. For us as an institution, it is an immense pride to do such a program as the International Winter Residential School on Economic, Social and Development Rights, because it has now transcended into something as being a regional diaspora in which various experts in the field, various law students, they come together and they try to study, dissect the concepts of economic, social and development rights into a more holistic and pragmatic approach, and actual and realizational learning of the same subject as a whole. And also, this is not merely an event to our law school, because it is an experience in itself which symbolizes the stance and standing of Kathmandu School of Law in the international picture and the reputation it possesses. So with this, I would like to call Professor Hong Kong Rana for the welcome address.
Respected chairperson of this closing session, Professor Geeta Pathak Sangrola, the chief guest of this session, Honorable Gokul Baskota, Minister for Communication and Technology, Government of Nepal, Honorable Madhav Prasad Acharya, President of Chairperson of the Management Committee of Kathmandu School of Law, Executive Director, Kathmandu School of Law, Professor Yuvraj Sangrola, professors, and member of the Management Committee, teaching faculty, and participants of 13th ESDR from home and abroad, and ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to take this opportunity to extend my very warm welcome to our chief guest of this session, Honorable Gokul Baskota. And the guest of honor of the session, Professor Madhav Prasad Acharya, and other dignitaries on and off the dais. Most importantly, the participants from India, Bangladesh, Bhutan, China, Pakistan, and Nepal. Warm welcome in this session. It is my pleasure to extend my warm welcome on behalf of myself and Kathmandu School of Law. As the Sachin explained, the ESDR is an important program since 2004 in the academic calendar of Kathmandu School of Law. It is the first program of its kind in this region, and this is a KSL brand program. It provides a very common platform to all the interested personalities, participants, academicians, to discuss on various issues relating to economic, social development rights, and focusing on good governance and human rights issues in the region. And basically, the Kathmandu School of Law destined to conduct this program is a yearly calendar program and would like to share its experience and focus. It's mainly focused on the economic, social, and development right. And this program, we believe, set a different direction so far as the interpretation of different human rights are concerned. Therefore, this session, the 13th edition of the ESDR, we believe that all the participants are, I believe, whatever the issues we have discussed elaborately in 21 days long program will be a life-changing experience for you, and hope you all will have a very good experience. And I think you will be very fortunate, as well as we hope that you all will be ambassador of Kathmandu School of Law, hopefully. And lastly, again, I would like to extend my warm welcome to all. Thank you very much.
Kumar Silwal, board member, and we would also like you to come into our main table. Mr. Sir, and we'd also like you to come into the main dais. Elocutions of this said event. Prior to So we have entered into, as scheduled, into the final rounds of elocutions which are to be done here. We reached into this eventuality through a rigorous process of 3 different rounds, incorporating 3 different modalities to select these 2 candidates who would eventually go into in a prize called Academic Excellence Award. So this round, in this round, the 2 people will be giving an elocution, a speech for 10 minutes each. They'll be warned after 8 minutes, a warning symbol, and the judges, the jury is present here to decide their fate by virtue of their own presentations. So the 2 hardworking people who came up are Kinle Laden Gyaltsen of GSW Law School and Roger Pisangana of Kathmandu School of Law. So firstly, to deliver her speech, I would like to call Kinle Laden Gyaltsen from GSW Law School.
Your Honorable Excellency, distinguished guests, faculty and staff of Kathmandu School of Law, dear delegates and all my friends, Kusuzangpo and a very good afternoon to you all. It gives me immense pleasure to have the opportunity to deliver the speech on the topic, Protection and Preservation of the Himalayas. Sprawling east to west from Afghanistan to Pakistan to India, into Nepal, Tibet through Bhutan, and ending in Myanmar, the Himalayas are home to approximately 1.6 billion Asians and abode of many of the world's highest mountains. Mount Everest, Karakoram, Kailash, Kanchenjunga, Annapurna, Nanga Parbat, and Manakslu are some of the famous peaks that the Himalayas are known for. The Himalayas are the 3rd largest deposit of ice and snow in the world after Antarctica and Arctic, and has approximately 15,000 glaciers. The Himalayas is also recognized for its ecosystem services to the Asian region, as well as to the world at large for maintaining slope stability, regulating hydrological integrity, sustaining high levels of biodiversity, and human well-being. The following few points will bring out the significance of the magnificent Himalayan mountains. First, climate influence. Also known as the roof of the world, the Himalayas play a very significant role in influencing the climatic conditions of the countries like India. By virtue of their high altitude, length and direction, they effectively intercept the summer monsoons coming from the Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea and cause precipitation in the form of snow or rain. Had there been no Himalayas, the whole of India would have been a desert. 2. Source of rivers. The roof of the world is also the source of 10 largest rivers in Asia. The basins of these rivers are inhabited by the above stated 1.6 billion Asians and contain 7 mega cities. The Himalayan rivers, along with hundreds of its tributaries, form the very basis of life of these 1.6 billion people living in the Asian continent. Hydroelectricity. Talking about the 10 great rivers, snow-fed, fast-flowing rivers that cascade down from the mighty Himalayas, the vast water towers of Asia have huge potential for generating clean and renewable energy. 4. Forest wealth. The Himalayan ranges are very rich in forest resources. In their altitude, the Himalayan ranges show a succession of vegetation covering from tropical to the alpine. The Himalayan forests provide fuel wood and a large variety of raw materials of forest-based product. It also acts as a carbon sink, sequestering the carbon that we emit into the air. 5th, tourism. By virtue of their scenic beauty and very healthy environment, the Himalayan ranges developed a large number of tourist spots, attracting thousands of international tourists every year. 6th, pilgrimage. Apart from the places of tourist interest, the Himalayas are proud of being studded with sanctified shrines which can be considered to be abodes of gods and goddesses. Kailash, Amarnath, Kedarnath are few of the many pilgrimage shrines that the people visit to pay their reverence. Now we can go all day listing the benefits that the Himalayas have, but even at the end of the day, I don't think that the list will be exhausted. Therefore, while we focus on the benefits that Himalayas has, we also have to focus on the threats, the dangers that our Himalayas are currently facing. The Himalayas are equally vulnerable to climate change as they are critical to the people living in Asia. Still, before this decade, relatively little was known about this extensive region due to the lack of data. To some extent, this was remedied by the scientists working on the 5th assessment report of the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, focused on the threats of the Himalayan region. Once the glaciers are lost, they will not be recovered. I repeat this, once the glaciers are not, they will not be recovered. It is the irreversible part of the statement that cries out for clarifications. Changes such as the loss of glaciers cannot be recovered because of the large time scales that have been invested in the formation of these glaciers. And if the glaciers are lost, the impact on the hydrological cycle will also be irreversible. Growing population. People have lived in the Himalayan mountains for thousands of years, but in the recent decades, greater access to the global market has increased the demand for the natural resources in the area. As a result, population are growing in the most productive ecosystems areas, which leads to extensive clearing of forest and grasslands for cultivation and widespread logging, resulting in serious and severe erosion and landslides. Himalayas are also in grave danger of becoming a giant rubbish dump because of the expanding of tourism industry without strategy of proper waste disposal. The snow we get this year might melt next year, but what about the plastic bags that the tourists throw? It takes 500 years to forever in order for a single plastic bag to decompose. Similar to the benefits of the Himalayas, the threats are equally very long and extensive. It is this need to preserve and protect the Himalayas that has dragged all of us, each one of us, here today. There is the common need to protect and preserve the Himalayas because everything that we are, everything that we have, and everything that we will ever be is all found in the Himalayas and only found in the Himalayas. I will deliberately not leave you guys with all the conventional methods and means to protect and preserve the Himalayas, because I believe that every single one of us have the capacity and power to protect and preserve our Himalayas. I cannot afford to buy a hybrid electric car, and therefore I cannot contribute to reducing the carbon emission. However, this does not restrict my capacity to contribute in the protection and preservation of the Himalayas. A simple act of not throwing your rubbish out of your cars when you go from this Kathmandu School of Law auditorium to your houses, a simple act of planting a tree, a simple act of closing your water taps when not in use goes a very long way. Therefore, I would like to urge everyone, including your excellencies, distinguished guests, faculty members, and all our dear delegates, that we have to think of ourselves as simple individuals, as humble individuals who are here to do our part in order to protect and preserve the mighty Himalayas. Lastly, Himalayas being responsible for fulfilling the needs of more than 1/6 population of the entire world. It is this that the Himalayas form indisputably the body and soul of Asia. Therefore, there is the need that all the countries in the world, even the people, come together and undeniably protect and preserve the Himalayas. Thank you.
History has been there. Once the last river has been poisoned, and once the last fish has been caught. Then probably we will realize that we cannot sustain by eating the money. Namaste, distinguished guests, respected judges, and all the wonderful people present over here. My name is Prajwal Vikram Rana, a student of BA LLB 4th year Kathmandu School of Law. And today I am going to deliver a speech on the 13th ESDR theme, that is protection and preservation of our Himalayas. I will be delivering my presentation by dividing into 4 parts. First, I'll be mentioning about the short description of Himalayas and how we culturally conserve and preserve the Himalayas. Second, I'll be mentioning about why we need to preserve the Himalayas. And thirdly, I will mention about how we can preserve the Himalayas. And lastly, I will conclude my presentation. So moving towards my first point, the word Himalayas origins from the Sanskrit word him, which means snow, and alayas, which means abode. This means the original meaning of Himalayas is abode of snow. Talking about the formation of Himalayas, when the Indian tectonic plate collided with the Eurasian tectonic plate, it led to the formation of Himalayas. And after this, I'll be mentioning about how in the past we used to conserve the Himalayas. All the South Asian countries have always focused on the coexistence of human along with the nature. This can be seen from the fact that we have always worshipped the nature, whether it is stone, trees, rivers, or any other various forms of nature that is known as Prakriti. Now moving towards my second point, that is why we need to preserve the Himalayas. First of all, I have mentioned 3 points in this argument. My first point is that around 210 million people are directly dependent for their livelihood on Himalayas, whether it is through rivers or through natural resources. Therefore, for the protection and preservation of Himalayas is needed for the development of people, that is 210 million people. Second point is related with basic needs. I have divided, according to my understanding, the basic needs into 4 types. First is air, second is water, third is food, and fourth is energy. First, air. Preservation and protection of Himalayas implies less pollution, air pollution. And when there is less air pollution, it leads to, it helps people to have fresh, to take fresh air. Second is water. Water, all the people as well as all the humans as well as animals are directly dependent on water. Therefore, when there will be preservation and protection of Himalayas, it will lead to development of people through the use of water. Third is food. The growing demand of food needs to be supplied when there is optimum utilization of water resources through agriculture. And this, for the agriculture, the water originates from Himalayas. And the fourth point is energy. When the river flows continuously, it leads to the generation of hydroelectricity, which leads to the economic development of the country. My third point in this, why we need to preserve and protect the Himalayas, is tourism. Most of the mountainous countries are hugely dependent for the economic generation on tourism. Therefore, when there will be protection and preservation of the Himalayas, it will lead to the flourishment of tourism. Because without Himalayas, it will be problem for tourism to flourish. That's why when there will be protection and preservation of Himalayas, it will lead to flourishment of tourism, which will ultimately lead to economic growth of the country. Now, I will, along with this, why we need to preserve and protect the Himalayas, I'll also mention about the challenges which we have while preserving and protecting the Himalayas. Some of the challenges are economic degradation, industrial development, climate change, emission of greenhouse gases. And due to these problems, due to these challenges, it leads to floods, landslides, climate change, and many other problems which we have not seen till now. Now, my third argument is related with how we can preserve and protect the Himalayas. We can preserve and protect the Himalayas. For this, I have given 4 arguments. The first is use of renewable energy. When we will use wind, solar and other forms of alternative ways of energy instead of coal, it will lead to preservation and protection of Himalayas indirectly. Because when there will be no use of coal and gases, it will not lead to emission of greenhouse gases. Second is the indigenous solutions for preservation. We have to go through our own South Asian countries for preservation of protection of Himalayas. I'll give examples of 2 countries whose example we can take for the preservation and protection of Himalayas. First is Nepal. The community forest program of Nepal has been a huge success. It has led to the increase of forest area of Nepal. Therefore, all the Himalayan nations need to adopt this policy. Second is Bhutan. The constitution of the Kingdom of Bhutan in Article 5 specifically mentions that out of the total territory of Bhutan, 60% of the land needs to be covered by forest. This provision is also an important provision, and this needs to be adopted by other Himalayan nations. Now, I'll be mentioning about the third point, which is very important. That is cooperation between the Himalayan nations. This is a very important issue because when there will not be cooperation of Himalayan countries, it will lead to problems. When there will be cooperation between Himalayan countries, all of them can come together and strongly raise the issues in the international platforms. And when they can raise the issue in international platform, the problems can be mitigated. Here I would like to adopt one of the, here I would like to mention one of the positive initiative taken by government of Nepal. The government of Nepal has been raising the importance of reflecting the special needs of the small mountainous developing countries, that is SMDCs, in climate agreement. But this agreement, this issue could not be addressed in the Paris Agreement because Nepal was raising alone. So that's why I'm mentioning about cooperation between the states. When there will be cooperation between many states, it will help in the raising issues strongly in the international platform. Now another is the international agreement. I'll mention about the Paris Agreement. The Paris Agreement does not have specifically does not mention about mountain provision related to preservation of mountain, but it has the provision of small island developing countries preserving. Yes, this shows that there is a failure in diplomacy of the Himalayan countries. That's why I'm emphasizing again on the cooperation between the Himalayan countries, which will and they need to have trust in each other and need to come together to combat this issue. And my last point is regional agreement. Yes, international agreement is important, but along with it, when there will be regional agreement, it will be more effective because it will be more easy to implement. Because the regional countries know their problems easily and they understand the problems. Easily. That's why there needs to be a regional agreement and they need to work together. So on this slide, what I would like to say is goal number 13 of Sustainable Development Goal also talks about the urgent combat of climate change. Hence, taking this into consideration and taking into consideration of our future generation, it is a high time for every one of us to start acting locally, regionally and globally in order to safeguard the common heritage of mankind. Thank you.
Is not owned by the winningness in itself, but the hard work that leads to that winningness. So let us give a round of applause to So moving on, I would like to call upon somebody who is, I would say, my intellectual guru, one who keeps me grounded to reality in itself, because otherwise I would drift off like a kite to an oblivion, because I tend to get lost in thoughts. So I would like to call upon my beloved professor, Dr. Yuvas Sangura sir, for his introduction to the program and remarks on the program.
अध्यक्ष महोदय, आजको यो 13औं अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय मानव अधिकार सामाजिक तथा आर्थिक अधिकार तथा विकास सम्बन्धी आवासीय कार्यक्रमको क्लोजिङ सेरेमनीका विशेष प्रमुख अतिथि माननीय संचार तथा प्रविधि मन्त्री गोकुल बास्कोटाज्यू, हामी साथी पनि हौँ, त्यसैले खुसी लाग्छ थुप्रो साथीहरूको छेउमा बस्दाखेरि जो मन्त्री हुनुभएको छ। अनि उहाँलाई नै निम्ता गर्नुको पछाडिको एउटा कारण पनि छ। केन्द्रीय सरकारको सञ्चार मन्त्री उता विश्वविद्यालय बन्न लागेको ठाउँको मानिए, त्यसकारण त्यो सेन्टिमेन्ट पनि आवश्यक भएको हुनाले भोलि विश्वविद्यालय बन्न लागेको ठुलो सहयोग पनि आवश्यक हुन्छ नि। त्यसकारण अहिलेबाट चिनाउँदै जानुपर्ने। अब विश्वविद्यालय बन्ने क्रममा हामी छौँ, केही समय लाग्ला तर हामी बन्छौँ। काठमाडौँ स्कुल अफ ल 20 वर्ष अगाडि जन्मियो र 20 वर्ष पुग्दा नपुग्दा यसले नेपालको कानुनी शिक्षाको संरचनालाई पूर्ण रूपमा बदल्न सफल भयो। त्यसकारण खुसी लाग्छ आज कि हरेक मन्त्रालयमा हाम्रा उत्पादनहरू फरक तरिकाले सोचेर काम गरेको देख्दा। अहिले त 250 जनाको विज्ञापन खुलेको छ, मलाई लाग्छ 100 जना त पक्कै हाम्रा हुन्छन्। र अब 10 वर्ष पछाडि माननीय मन्त्रीज्यूलाई म आज यहाँ जानकारी गराउन चाहन्छु, अनुरोध गर्छु कि अदालत फरक तरिकाले चल्छ, महान्यायाधिवक्ताको कार्यालय फरक तरिकाले चल्छ र देशको न्याय प्रणाली चाहिँ अब सही बाटोतिर जान्छ। किनभने हामीले निकालेका प्रोडक्टहरूमा नैतिकता छ, हामीले निकालेका प्रोडक्टहरूमा मर्यादा छ, सबैभन्दा महत्त्वपूर्ण कुरो हामीले निकालेका प्रोडक्टमा देशभक्ति छ र हाम्रा प्रोडक्ट विदेश गएका र डिग्री दिनु शिक्षा होइन, राष्ट्रको विकास र देश बोक्न सक्ने जनशक्ति निकाल्नु शिक्षा हो। र म चुनौतीका साथ सबै देशभरिका कलेजहरूलाई भन्ने गरेको छु, आउनुहोस् अब त प्रतिस्पर्धा गरौँ देशभक्तिका लागि र विकासका लागि। अब नेता खुइल्याउने राजनीति गर्नुको कुनै तुक छैन। हामी विकास गरौँ न, देश बनाउन। गलत नेता रहेछ भने आफै हटिहाल्छ नि। त्यसकारण यो फरक शिक्षाको मञ्च हो। त्यसैले हामीले भन्ने गरेका छौँ कि देश बनाउनेहरूले देश बनाउन सिक्नुपर्छ, देश बिगार्न सोच्ने होइन। त्यसैले हामीले हाम्रो संस्कृतिलाई बदल्नुपर्छ। राम्रो कुरा गरौँ, नराम्रो कुरो आफै भत्किन्छ। नराम्रो कुरो गरेर भत्काउने कुराले ऊ पनि भत्किन्छ, जसलाई भत्काउन खोजेको थियो त्यो पनि भत्किन्छ। त्यसकारण कम्तीमा बनाउने नभत्कियोस् न, बिग्रिएको मान्छे भत्कियोस्। त्यो मानसिकताबाट हामी यो अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय कार्यक्रमहरू गरिराखेका छौँ। करिब 550 जना विद्यार्थीहरू 8, 9, 10, 12वटा देशबाट यसमा प्रोडक्ट भए। चीनमा हामीसँग करिब 60 जना विद्यार्थीहरू छन् हामीले प्रोडक्ट गरेको, हाम्रो बारेमा सोच्छन्। भारतमा करिब 125 जना विद्यार्थी छन् हामीले प्रोडक्ट गरेको, ती हाम्रा मित्र बनेका छन्। पाकिस्तानमा हाम्रा विद्यार्थी छन्, बङ्गलादेशमा 150 जना विद्यार्थी छन् र नेपालमा छन् करिब 200 जो फरक तरिकाले सोच्छन्। त्यसैले हामी दक्षिण एसियामा एउटा नयाँ किसिमको उपनिवेशवादको प्रभावबाट मुक्त रहेको एउटा नयाँ बौद्धिक वर्ग निर्माण गरिरहेछौँ। जसरी बुद्धले बुद्धत्व प्राप्त गरेका थिए, बुद्धले ज्ञान दिएका थिए, नेपालले अर्को ज्ञान सुरुवात गरेका छ भन्छु। र म हाम्रा भारतबाट आउने साथीहरू, बङ्गलादेशबाट आउने साथीहरू, पाकिस्तानबाट आउने साथीहरूलाई पटक पटक घोषणा गर्छु, अब त बेलायतले बनाएको कानुन छोडिदिनुहोस् न, नेपालले जस्तो नयाँ कानुन बनाउनुहोस् भनेर भन्ने गरेका छु। अनि त्यसकारण म भुटानका विद्यार्थीहरूलाई, भुटानका टिचरहरूलाई भन्ने गर्छु, तपाईँहरूसँग हाम्रो विशेष प्रेम छ। किनभने भुटान र नेपाल यस्ता देश छन् जसको आफ्नो ओरिजिनालिटी छ। त्यसैले साउथ एसिया एउटा एकीकृत साउथ एसिया भयो भने मात्रै चीनसँग काम गर्न सक्छ। त्यसकारण हामी चीनलाई यहाँ ल्याएर सँगसँगै काम गर्न लागेका छौँ। जति विद्यार्थीहरू भारत र चीनबाट आएका छन् उनीहरू प्रेमी भएर गएका छन्, उनीहरू साथी भएर गएका छन् र हामी यसरी एउटा नयाँ संसारको निर्माण गर्ने क्रममा छौँ। मलाई आशा छ कि यो हामीले गरेको एउटा अविस्मरणीय जुन एउटा उपलब्धि छ, संसार मन्त्रीज्यूले प्रधानमन्त्रीज्यूलाई 2-3 दिनमा भेट्दा पहिलो कुरो यो सुनाइदिनु हुनेछ र प्रधानमन्त्रीज्यूलाई एउटा सन्देश लगिदिनु होला, देश बनाउने काममा निरन्तर काम गरिरहेछन्, तपाईँको सरकार लड्दैन, नडराई काम गर्नुहोस् भनिदिनु होला। असल भन्नुपर्छ, अहिले सरकार लडाएर कुनै पनि अर्को सरकार आउनेवाला छैन। यदि कोही आउँछ र भन्छ केपी ओलीको सरकार लडाएर म राम्रो सरकार बनाउँछु भनेर आउँछ भने केपी ओलीलाई भन्न म जान्छु ल छोडिदिनुहोस् भनेर, को छ त्यो सरकार चलाउने। त्यसकारण हामी बुद्धिजीवीहरूले बुद्धिजीवी बन्न सक्नुपर्छ। केपी ओलीसँग मेरा पनि अन्तर्विरोध हुन सक्छन्, अमर सिंह दाइका पनि हुन सक्छन्, कपिल सरका पनि हुन सक्छन्, सबैका हुन सक्छन्। प्रश्न केपी ओली होइन, प्रधानमन्त्री हो। देशको प्रधानमन्त्री सम्माननीय हुन्छ, उसलाई सम्मान गर्न सिक्नुपर्छ। त्यसकारण तपाईँलाई सघाउने कानुनका अत्यन्तै योग्य मान्छेहरू त्यहाँ रहेछन्। बरु वरिपरि त्यस्ता छन् कि छैन यो पनि भनिदिनु होला। हामी यो लाइनमा छौँ। म आज धेरै भाषण गर्न चाहन्न। हामी एउटा नयाँ मिसनमा गइराखेका मान्छेहरू हौँ। हामीले एउटा अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय सम्बन्धको जालो बिस्तारै निर्माण गर्दैछौँ। बाङ्लादेशसँग हाम्रो आवाज एक्सचेन्जको कार्यक्रम छ। एकपल्ट बाङ्लादेशबाट 30 जना विद्यार्थी आउँछन्, एकपल्ट हाम्रो जान्छ। इन्डियासँग हाम्रो एक्सचेन्जको प्रोग्राम छ, 2 चोटि वर्षमा हुन्छ। जनवरीमा हामी इन्डिया जान्छौँ, जुनमा इन्डियाबाट बाङ्लादेशबाट विद्यार्थीहरू आउँछन् र हामी यो क्षेत्रलाई कसरी विकास गर्ने र यहाँको न्याय र कानुनलाई कसरी समृद्ध गर्ने भनेर छलफल गर्ने गर्छौँ। मैले यो पनि अघि पनि मन्त्रीज्यूलाई अनुरोध गरेँ, आउने जुनमा एसियन ल प्रोफेसर्स एसोसिएसनको सम्मेलन छ। 150 जना जति एसियाका ल प्रोफेसर्सहरू काठमाडौँमा आउँदैछन्। अब त्यसलाई चाहिँ के कसरी सहयोग गरिदिने हो, अब मैले साथी पनि भएको कारणले, मन्त्री पनि भएको कारणले मैले अनुरोध गरेँ, हामी विदेशीका पैसा मागेर खर्च गर्दैनौँ। सरकारले त्यो खर्च हामीलाई अलिकति उपलब्ध गराइदियो भने यो एउटा नयाँ अर्को छलाङ हुन्छ र हामी देशको संविधान कसरी प्रोटेक्ट गर्ने भन्ने बारेमा छलफल गर्छौँ। हामी मानव अधिकार कामबाट स्थापित हुनुपर्छ भन्ने विश्वास गर्छौँ। देश विकास भयो भने हरेक व्यक्तिको मानव अधिकार स्थापित हुन्छ। देश चाहिँ विकास नहुने टुँडिखेलमा भाषण गरेर मानव अधिकार संरक्षण हुँदैन। त्यसैले हामीले एउटा थ्योरी नै डेभलप गर्यौँ, ऑब्जेक्टिभली फङ्सनल डेभलपमेन्ट फर द सेक अफ ह्युमन राइट्स। त्यसकारण अब ह्युमन राइटको नयाँ जुरिस्प्रुडेन्स एसियामा बन्नुपर्छ, हामीले त्यो पनि भनेका छौँ। म यति नै भनेर यो भाषणको क्रमलाई बन्द गर्छु। बस्न चाहिँ मन्त्रीज्यूले समय निकै लामो दिनुभएको हो, आरामसँगै बस्ने, त्यसपछि सिद्ध्याएर पनि गफ गर्ने भन्ने कुराकानी भएको थियो। फेरि क्याबिनेटको बैठक बस्नुपर्ने भएको कारणले उहाँलाई हामीले यो कार्यक्रममा रोकेर राख्नु हुँदैन। उहाँलाई समयमा छोड्नको लागि पहिला अब यो सर्टिफिकेटको डिस्ट्रिब्युसनको कामहरू सिद्धौँ, अनि हाम्रा अरू भन्नुपर्ने कुराहरू उहाँलाई बिदा गरेपछि पनि हामी निरन्तर गर्न सक्छौँ। र सबैभन्दा पहिला म हेनरी डुनान्ट कम्पिटिसनका 3 जना विद्यार्थीहरूलाई कोचलाई पनि काठमाडौँ स्कुल अफ लले अरूलाई पनि जित्दै त्यो 54वटा इन्डियन युनिभर्सिटीलाई जितेर गएकोलाई जितेर यो ट्रफी ल्यायो। यो ट्रफी 3 वर्ष राख्यो भने आफ्नो हुन्छ। अब यो आउने 2 वर्ष पनि अरूले जित्लान् भन्नका लागि मैले यहाँ उहाँहरूलाई यो मन्त्रीज्यूको हातबाट हाम्रो यो टिमको कोच इन्टरनेसनल मुडकोट कम्पिटिसन, इन्टरनेसनल ल मुडकोट कम्पिटिसन वासिङटनमा हुँदैछ। लास्ट इयर हामी 20औं पोजिसनमा पुग्यौँ। लास्ट इयर हामी 20औं पोजिसनमा पुग्यौँ। अब हुनसक्छ यो वर्ष हामी जितेर पनि ल्याउन सकौँ। त्यसैले फिलिप जेसपमा भाग लिइरहने साथीहरूले 18 घण्टा पढ्नुपर्छ, भात खान बन्द गर्नुपर्छ, एक छाक खानुपर्छ। तपाईहरुले मेहनत गर्नुहुनेछ, त्यसरी ल्याउनु भयो भने यसै गरी त्यो पनि हुन्छ। अब म यसपछि अन्य पुरस्कारतर्फ लाग्न चाहन्छु। यहाँहरु सबैलाई थाहा छ यो डिप्लोमा कोर्स हो। यसमा 40 क्रेडिट आवर्सको कोर्स हामी कम्प्लिट गर्छौं 21 दिनमा। त्यसैले बिहान 7 बजेदेखि कहिले राति 1 बजेसम्म क्लास हुन्छ। यो रिगोरस छ। हरेक साल 2 जना पुलिस अफिसरले पनि पार्टिसिपेट गर्छन् यो प्रोग्राममा। एकजना सशस्त्रबाट, एकजना नेपाल प्रहरीबाट। मैले हिजो पनि उहाँहरुलाई सोधेँ तपाईहरुको बेसिक ट्रेनिङ र हाम्रो बेसिक ट्रेनिङ कुन कडा छ? उहाँहरुले भन्नुभयो हाम्रो भन्दा यो अलि कडा छ। त्यसरी मात्रै देशमा बौद्धिकता जन्माउन सकिन्छ। त्यसकारण सबैले डिप्लोमा प्राप्त गर्न सक्नुहुन्न। मैले हिजो पनि भनेको थिएँ डिप्लोमा नपाएपछि थुप्रै विद्यार्थीहरू रुन्छन्, मलाई पनि रुन मन लाग्छ किनभने म इभ्यालुएसन गर्दिन, म पढाउँछु मात्रै। त्यसकारण the dedication they showed and the quality of education at third year, I declared over there I needed this kind of students in Nepal. I'm not derogating the standard of my student, but their culture, my God. You can see even here, they have a culture. So for this, we thought to honor Jigme Singme Wongchuk Law School with honor of distinction. Raghu Singh Bista, so this has been given to Arya. Presentation, study, discipline, and motivation and everything. So this year goes to Pratap Adhikari.
मञ्चासीन विशिष्ट महानुभावहरू यो कार्यक्रममा विभिन्न देशबाट सहभागी हुन आउनुभएका र नेपालका समेत सहभागी जुन कुरा सिक्न आउनुभएको छ विद्यार्थी नै भन्नु पर्यो, विद्यार्थी साथीहरू सबैलाई नमस्कार छ। मैले वचन कायम गर्न सकिन र साहित्य अनुशासन तोडे, त्यसको निम्ति म पुरस्कारको लागि भागी छैन जसरी यहाँहरूले पाउनु। जे कार्यक्रम भयो यो खास गरिकन हिमालय क्षेत्रको संरक्षणको विषयमा मैले पनि अघि 2 जना भाइ र बहिनीले प्रेजेन्ट गरे जस्तै हुन्छ कि जस्तो डर लाग्यो, लेखेरै लिएर आएको थिएँ। म पनि पार्टिसिपेट हुँ कि जस्तो लाग्यो त्यसको निम्ति। अब केही पढौँ वा अरू गरौँ भन्ने म कन्फ्युजन गरेँ। सबै विदेशी भाइ बहिनीहरू जो आउनुभएको छ तपाईहरुको नेपाल बसाई राम्रो भयो होला, म त्यो अपेक्षा गर्छु। र केही नराम्रो भएको छ भने तपाईहरुको मनमा त्यस्तो केही फिलिङ भएको छ भने त्यसलाई यही छोडिदिनु होला। म आयोजकहरूको तर्फबाट मात्रै नभइकन नेपाल सरकारको तर्फबाट पनि क्षमा प्रार्थी छु। त्यसको लागि हामी पनि सिक्दैछौँ र तपाईहरु पनि सिक्दै हुनुहुन्छ। मैले अब यो पोथा त पल्टाउनै पर्यो, तर छोटो नै छ मसित पनि समय। खास गरिकन अघि 2 जना भाइ र बहिनीले जे कुरा उल्लेख गर्नुभयो अधिकांश मैले पनि करिब त्यस्तै कुराहरू। यो हिमाल मानव सभ्यता उद्गम स्थल, यसले प्रकृति, मानव जाति र यसको अस्तित्व त्यति मात्रै नभएर खाद्यान्नसित जोडिएको कुरा, जीवनसित जोडिएको जल सम्पदाको कुरा, मानव चाहिँ नश्वर भएको हुनाले बिरामी पर्ने औषधि उपचार गर्ने जडीबुटीहरू प्रशोधन गर्न सकिने कुरा र यो ठुलो क्षेत्रमा खास गरी हिन्दकुश क्षेत्रमा चाहिँ जुन हिमालय फैलिएको छ त्यसलाई संरक्षण गर्नुपर्ने कुरा केही चीज हाम्रो बसमा पनि छैन। खास गरिकन भूकम्पीय जोखिमले उत्पन्न हुने कारणले हिमालय क्षेत्रमा पर्न सक्ने सङ्कट त सायद मानिसले सामना गर्न सक्दैन, होइन भने एक प्रकारको विकास निर्माण जुन जोडिएर आएको विषय छ, विकासको जम्माजम्मी साधारण अर्थ हुन्छ भन्ने लाग्छ मलाई। सम्पूर्ण विकासको एउटै चिज हुन्छ, पिपुल र प्लानेटको प्रोटेक्सन, अरू केही पनि विकास होइन। गाडी कुद्नु, हाम्रो रेलको सपना अधुरो छ, त्यो रेल आउनु, पानी जहाज कुद्नु, औद्योगिकीकरण हुनु, सबै कुरा शिक्षाको विकास हुनु, अस्पतालहरू खुल्नु, अस्पतालजन्य फोहोरहरू निस्किनु, त्यसको व्यवस्थापन गर्नु वा विद्युतीय उत्पादन हुनु, त्यसका ई-वेस्टहरूको व्यवस्थापन गर्नु वा साहसिक पर्यटनहरू हुनु, ती पर्यटनहरूबाट उत्सर्जित हुने फोहोरहरूको कुरा होस् वा जङ्गलको कुरा पनि उठाउनु हो। भुटानको बाट हामीले सिक्नु पनि पर्ने रहेछ जङ्गलको कुरा। तर हामीमा एउटा राम्रो कुरा के छ भने नेपाल जहाँ रुख रोप्नु पर्दैन, छोडिदिए पुग्छ, नकाटिदिए पुग्छ, बेमानी नगरे पुग्छ, नागरिकले पनि राज्यका निकायले पनि। यस्तो ठाउँमा हामी छौँ र मानव जातिको ठुलो आबादी क्षेत्र पनि हो यो हिन्दकुश हिमालय छेउदेखि तल झरेको जुन समथर जमिनहरू छ र उतापट्टिको तिब्बती प्लेटो समेत। त्यसले पनि चीनको ठुलो मानव सागरलाई स्वच्छ पानी त उपलब्ध गराएको छ, त्यति मात्रै होइन हावा पनि उपलब्ध गराएको छ। तर हामी नेपाल चाहिँ हामीले कार्बन पनि त्यति उत्पादन गरेका छैनौँ र पनि हामी त्यसको शिकार भएका छौँ। हामी पनि जलवायु परिवर्तनको असरको शिकार भएका छौँ। हाम्रा सेता हिमालहरू काला पत्थरमा बदलिँदैछ। यद्यपि हाम्रो औद्योगिक उत्पादन छैन, अर्थात् कार्बन उत्सर्जन हामीले कमै गरेका होला। हामी कहाँ पनि बाढी पहिरो जान्छ र हाम्रो आकाशमा पनि कालो बादल मडारिन्छ। त्यो रेनी सिजनको निम्ति होइन, यो बङ्गालको खाडीबाट आउने होइन, हामी कहाँ पनि थुप्रै धुली मैदानहरू आउने गर्छ। यसको निम्ति त मलाई लाग्छ विकासको जङ्गली मानसिकताभित्र हुर्किरहेको तीव्र व्यापारीकरण, त्यो तीव्र व्यापारीकरण मानव नै रहेन भने के को विकास? तपाईँ मङ्गल ग्रहमा बस्ती बसाउनुस् वा अरू कुनै प्लानेटमा, यो पृथ्वी त हामी रक्षा गर्न सक्दैनौँ जहाँ आज हामी बसेका छौँ, जहाँ हाम्रो अस्तित्व छ र जहाँ भोलिको हाम्रो सन्ततिको पनि अस्तित्व छ। त्यो त हामी रक्षा गर्न सक्दैनौँ भने खर्बौं डलरका परियोजनाहरू चले पनि त्यसले मान्छेलाई शान्ति दिँदैन। अर्को ठाउँ हामी बनाउन पनि सक्दैनौँ, त्यो सम्भाव्य पनि नहोला। हुन त मान्छेहरू अब पर्यटनमा जान थालेका छन्, अन्तरिक्षको पनि खोज र अनुसन्धान हुनु राम्रो हो, किनभने त्यसमा मानवको विशेष क्षमता नै त्यही। रवि नपुगेको ठाउँमा पनि कविहरू पुग्ने, वकिलहरू त झन् धेरै ठाउँमा पुग्ने। त्यस्तो एउटा स्थिति त छ। त्यसैले नियम कानुन जब मान्छेलाई उसको दायित्व बोध गराउन सकिँदैन र मान्छे नेचुरल कोर्सबाट बाहिरिन्छ, त्यतिखेर कानुनको आवश्यकता पर्छ, त्यतिखेर ल इन्फोर्समेन्टको आवश्यकता पर्न जान्छ। त्यहाँनेरि अनुशासन भङ्ग हुँदाखेरि र हामीले अहिले एउटा विकासको सपना नेपालले पनि साँचेको छ। त्यो विकासभित्र अहिले तपाईहरू सायद विदेशी विद्यार्थीहरूलाई हामीले मर्निङको उडान के भन्छ माउन्टेन फ्लाइट त गराएनौँ होला गराएको थियौँ भने धेरै डाँडा काँडा चाहिँ खनिसकेको छ हाम्रो विकास भएको पनि छ तर विनाश पनि हाम्रो क्रमशः बढ्दै गइरहेको छ त्यसैले हामीले के भन्छ सस्टेनेबल डेभलपमेन्ट गोलको लक्ष्य पनि लिएका छौँ र हामीले 3 वर्षको निम्ति खानेपानीको स्वच्छ आधारभूत खानेपानी पनि पुर्याउन खोजेका छौँ नेपाललाई विकासका यी चिजहरू त छन् हामीले पानी त सप्लाई पनि गर्न सक्छौँ अरेबियन कन्ट्रीहरूमा जहाँ उहाँबाट हामी तेल लिएर आउँछौँ हामी पानी दिन सक्छौँ 1 लिटर मात्रै पानी उत्पादन गर्नु पर्यो भने $5 भन्दा पनि महँगो पर्छ अरे तर हामी कहाँ स्वच्छ हिमालय जल छ र हामी कहाँ यस्तो पनि तागत छ शिवजीले होइन नीलकण्ठ विष पिए शिवजीले जब नीलकण्ठ विष पिउनु पर्यो त्यो विष शमन गर्नको निम्ति चाहिँ स्वच्छ हिमाली हावातिर त्यो चिस्यानतिर जानु पर्यो त्यहाँको जडीबुटीको बास्ना सुगन्ध अहिले जस्तो औषधि विज्ञानको प्रयोग त भएको थिएन होला खाली मोक्ष प्राप्तिको निम्ति मात्रै होइन अघि केदारनाथ कता कताको कुरा पनि उठाउनु हो साहिर भुटानको तर्फबाट हामी कहाँ पनि मुक्तिनाथ छ जहाँ भारतीय प्रधानमन्त्री नरेन्द्र मोदी पनि आउनुभयो हामी कहाँ लुम्बिनी पनि छ र बुद्ध धर्मले एउटा अर्को चिज पनि भन्छ सम्यकको कुरा गर्छ त्यसले एउटा चाहिँ आहार विहार ज्ञान गुण सबैको कुरा गर्छ त्यसैले जुन एउटा विकासको परिकल्पना भित्र र खास गरिकन मानव जातिको आजको होइन अहिले बाँचिरहेको जातिको निम्ति होइन पुस्ताको निम्ति होइन पृथ्वी रहेसम्म मानव जातिलाई राख्ने हो यदि मानवलाई पनि डाइनोसर हुनबाट बचाउने हो भने हिमालय रिजनको प्रोटेक्सन त अनिवार्य कुरा हो त्यसको निम्ति यो कलेजले म त यहाँ आएपछि पो छक्कै परेँ कानुनका ठुल्ठुला पोथा हुन्छ होला भने यहाँ त बेग्लै देश निर्माणको कथा बुनिँदै रहेछ हामीलाई त ठिकान छ आज त टेलिभिजन छैन होला यहाँ भए पनि यहीँको होला अनलाइन पनि छैन होला अरू न्युज मिडिया पनि छैन होला यदि हुँदो हो बेलुका रामधुलाई खाइन्छ तर जे होस् यहाँ चाहिँ एउटा बेग्लै जुन सपना देशको प्रधानमन्त्रीले 70 वर्षपछि देख्नु भएको छ नेपाल पनि विकसित हुन सक्छ ठिकै छ पेरिस सम्झौता त असफलै भयो त्यो त मैले सुने अनुसार रसिया अमेरिका र साउदी अरबको विरोधका कारणले त्यो त सफल भएन बाँकी देशहरू जसको दोष छैन तिनै पीडित भइराख्नु परेको छ भुटानको के दोष होला र ऊ पनि औद्योगिक उत्पादनमा छैन चाइनाको सकारात्मक चाहिँ थियो क्या त्यसैले चाइनिजहरू आउनु भएको थियो इन्डियाको पनि सकारात्मक नै थियो तर हामीसित दुईटै जाइन्टहरू छन् छेउमा तीव्र औद्योगिक र आर्थिक विकासको उद्देश्य राखेको हामी पनि आर्थिक विकास चाहन्छौँ जसले मानव जातिको जीवनको निरन्तरता भित्र विकासको गतिशीलता हामीले खोजेको विषय हो जीवनको नष्टभित्र विकासको जङ्गली सपना चाहिँ हामीलाई चाहिँदैन अब यही कुरा मैले जोड्न खोजेको के भने यति भनेको भए विकास गर्नु पर्दैन अब रेल पनि चाहिँदैन तेल पनि चाहिँदैन भन्यो भने हुन्थ्यो यहाँ नौजवानहरू जो भोलि देश चलाउनेहरू छन् नीति निर्माताहरू छन् त्यो कसैले प्रकृतिको बारेमा नीति बनाउला खाली ल मात्रै भन्ने नै होइन रहेछ धन्यवाद छ डाक्टर युवराज सरले किनभने अर्को एङ्गलबाट पनि थर्ड सेन्सले पनि काम गरेको रहेछ पहिला उहाँले नै पढाउँदा म आएको थिएँ जतिखेर म विद्यार्थी पोलिटिक्स गर्थेँ उहाँले पनि हामीलाई विभिन्न तरिकाबाट सोच्नुपर्छ भनेर 3 दिन जसो कक्षा लिनुभएको थियो आज उहाँको चेलो यो केही ठाउँमा त छ उहाँले केही कुरा चाहिँ भन्नु पनि भयो यी नमाग्दै भए पनि हुन्थ्यो सर खुसुक्क कानमा भन्दा पनि हुन्थ्यो एसिया क्षेत्रकै बौद्धिकहरू ल मेकरहरू आउने कुरा हाम्रो संविधान हामीले एउटा विशिष्ट चीज कायम गरेका छौँ। द्वन्द्वको व्यवस्थापन पनि मानव जाति र प्रकृतिको पनि द्वन्द्व हुन्छ, पोलिटिक्समा पनि द्वन्द्व हुन्छ। अधिकारको निम्ति मानव अधिकार, अरू स्वतन्त्रताहरू, सामाजिक मर्यादाहरू, जुन कुरालाई हाम्रो संविधानले व्यवस्था गरेको छ, यो नै संविधान त्यस्तो हो जसले नागरिकलाई पूर्ण अधिकार दिएको छ। पूर्ण नागरिक स्वतन्त्रता सहितको संविधान, संविधानमा लेखिएको शब्दै त्यही। यति त कहीँ पनि छैन, तर कसैलाई अलि होइन कि जस्तो पनि पर्न गयो। अहिले ठिकठाक हुँदैछ। नयाँ पुस्ता जसले सपना देख्नुपर्छ र असल सपनालाई साकार बनाउन मद्दत पनि गर्नुपर्छ। अहिले त जम्मै कुरा नकारात्मकतिर गएको छ। सबै कुरा नकारात्मकबाट सोच्ने। कलियुग 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 भन्थे, अब कलियुग हो कि के हो थाहा छैन। तर खास टेक्नोलोजीले घोप्टे युगतिर बदलिदिएको छ। बिहानै उठो यसो गरौँ, बेलुकै सुत्नु यसो गरौँ, अब बाउ कहाँ छ, श्रीमती कहाँ छ, छोराछोरी कहाँ छन्, हजुरबुवा कहाँ हुनुहुन्छ, मावली कता छन्, ससुराली कता छन्, साथीभाइ कता छन्। ओहो, सेपरेसनको एउटा चाहिँ डिजास्टर नयाँ समाजै विघटन हुन्छ कि जस्तो लाग्न थालिसक्यो। विकास त काफी भएको छ, कलियुग बदलिएर घोप्टे युगमा पुगिसक्यो। त्यस खालको मान्छेको त्यसैले घोप्टो पराछ भएपछि क्षितिजतिर नहेरेको हो कि होराइजनतिर यसो हेरिदिने हो भने त त्यो पनि हुन सक्थ्यो। त्यसैले हिजोका कुराहरू नराम्रा होला, आज सच्याउने कोसिस हुँदैछ र सरकारले मात्रै सक्दैन। यस्तै बौद्धिक संस्थाहरू, बौद्धिकहरू उत्पादन गर्ने इन्स्टिच्युटहरूले जुन काम गरेको छ, हाम्रो आफ्नो नलेज पनि खुसी लाग्यो कि त्यत्रो देशहरूसित प्रतिस्पर्धा गरेर नेपाल केमा गर्नु र डन्डी बिउमा, बाँकी के थिएन भन्ने लाग्थ्यो। गर्दो रहेछ त, जन्मेको रहेछ त हाम्रो नयाँ पुस्ता। त्यसप्रति गर्व गर्छु म। सरकारकै तर्फबाट पनि बाँकी सहभागीहरूलाई आफ्नो जुन एउटा 18 घन्टे ट्रेनिङ, अमेरिकन आर्मीको चाहिँ यस्तै हुन्छ अरे, यहाँ पनि त्यस्तै रहेछ। स्कुल अफ ल हो कि यसले चाहिँ आर्मी स्कुल हो कि स्कुल अफ ल हो, त्यस्तो अघि भनेर सुन्दा त्यस्तो लाग्यो। जे होस्, यो निकै राम्रो काम गर्नुभएको छ। मैले धेरै त बुझ्न पाएको छैन, तर युवराज सरको क्षमता चाहिँ म लोभ गर्छु, ईर्ष्या गर्छु। तर त्यो मौका हस्तान्तरण हुँदैन, तपाईँहरूकैमा हुन्छ। केही अंश त भयो होला, सम्पूर्ण नभए पनि। अब मैले ईर्ष्या गरेर नि पाउँदिनँ। त्यो उहाँको क्षमता देशका लागि, तपाईँहरूको बाँकी जीवनको लागि हस्तान्तरित क्षमताले हाम्रो देशलाई स्वाभिमान, आत्मनिर्भर, सम्मानजनक, खुसी, सुखी, समृद्ध, अनुशासित, मर्यादित र हाम्रो संस्कार र संस्कृतिको पहिचानभित्र अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय दुनियाँमा हाम्रो अन्तर्घुलनलाई पनि व्यवस्थित गर्न मद्दत गर्न सकोस्। सहभागीहरू अब जे यहाँ सफलता प्राप्त जो सहभागी मात्रै हुनुभयो, ज्ञान सिक्नुभयो, जसले त्यो सर्टिफिकेटै पाउनुभयो, डिप्लोमा कि के को, उहाँहरूलाई थप ऊर्जा मिलोस्। अरू पनि कोही हारेको छैन, हार्नु र जित्नु केही छैन, सिक्ने प्रक्रिया हो यो। अब नेपाल र भुटानको दुईजना भाइ र बहिनीहरूको भाषण पनि सुनियो, त्यो पनि निकै राम्रो छ। अब सबै यो दक्षिण एसिया क्षेत्रको जसो धेरै र उत्तरतिरको चिनको त अहिले हुनुहुन्न क्यारे। जे होस्, हामी सँगै मिलेर बाँच्नुपर्छ। धरती साझा हुन्छ। देशको भूभाग राजनीतिका कारणले, भाषाको कारणले, संस्कृतिको कारणले, विरासतको कारणले, अनेक कारणले छुट्टा छुट्टै रहन्छ, स्वाभाविक हो। तर धरती, पृथ्वी भन्ने चाहिँ सम्पूर्ण मानव जातिको एउटै हो। त्यसैले हामी जुनसुकै भूगोलमा बाँधिएको भए पनि साझा सोचहरू मार्फत पृथ्वी र नागरिक जीवनको दीर्घकालको निम्ति, अनन्त दीर्घकालको निम्ति हामी सँगै मिलेर काम गर्न सकौँ। यस्तो बौद्धिक अभ्यास गराउनु भएकोमा फेरि र यहाँ बोलाउनु पनि भयो। मलाई त लाज पनि लागेको छ के भाषण गर्नु उहाँको अगाडि, तर पनि मैले अब उभिनै पर्यो, गरेँ। अरू पनि बौद्धिक व्यक्तित्वहरू हुनुहुन्छ त्यसैले निम्ता दिनुभयो त्यस निम्ति धन्यवाद सबैसित भेटघाट भयो अब यति नै कुरा हो मेरो र क्याबिनेट सुरु हुने पनि बेला भइसक्यो म बिदा पनि ठाडै गोर्खाली स्टाइलमै हिँड्छु धन्यवाद सबैलाई नमस्कार
What the minister said, because our international participants otherwise would not get the essence of it. Whoever won to deliver their experiences in duration of 3 minutes each. First of all, I would like to call upon one of the members from the Bhutanese team to deliver it in order for the honorable distinction award. Not
hearing is believing, not seeing is believing. With this highly respected distinguished guest, faculty and staffs of Kathmandu School of Law, my dear fellow delegates, my family for 21 days, a very good afternoon. Namaste, Kuzu Zampola. My name is Karmal Hazin from Jimisingiwanchi School of Law, Bhutan. The other 4 friends and me, we are coming here for the very first time. This is our very first international program, and this program, I would say, exceeded far beyond our expectation. The first day one began when we arrived at the airport. All the Kathmandu School of Law students, 2 of them were greeting us with smiles on their face. This showed me their hospitality. Let me ask you this question. Do any one of you remember how many bathrooms are there in your residential campus? The one in front of the conference hall. 6. There are 6 bathrooms in front of the conference hall. How many of the 6 bathrooms have white tiles on the floor? Thank you, dear delegates. There are 3 bathrooms that have white tiles. The very fact that the bathrooms dragged my attention is the fact that their hospitality, including the bathroom, is so nice. Yes, their hospitality cannot be compared. Once I reached here, I showed the picture of the places back to my parents and my brother back at home. They asked me if I was really in Nepal or if I was going to some places in Bhutan and lying to them about Nepal. See, I told you, Nepal is nice and Kathmandu School of Law has been very nice for these last 21 days. I, on my own behalf and on my behalf of 4 other delegates, my friends, would like to thank Kathmandu School of Law for extending this wonderful opportunity to our college, the very first international program will forever be remembered. Though memories, it will always be imprinted in our heart. We believe Bhutanese have a Mariana Trench of heart. This Mariana Trench, I believe, though Bhutanese people are less in amount, this Mariana Trench will be the biggest in the world. So I'd like to take this Mariana Trench of all the Bhutanese people, more than 7 lakhs. So I'd like to take this Mariana Trench to thank all the staffs, the faculty, students of Kathmandu School of Law, spearheaded by Professor Dr. Yuvraj Samhula. Thank you so much. Thank you for everything. We'll forever remember our stay here. And for this, 4 of my friends and I have arranged small token of appreciation and gratitude for Kathmandu School of Law. I'd like to ask my friends to come here to present this to Dr. Yuvraj Samhula. Science, we believe this school has luck and we believe in the luck and auspiciousness of this school and forever would like to pray for the luck and the auspiciousness of this school for future endeavors as well as the strong collaboration between our school and Kathmandu School of Law. Thank you very much.
flow, I would like to call upon Mr. Robushing Vista, the winner of this participant award.
Sit on desk. The participants of 13th ESDR program and students of KSF. These 21 days changed me from Nepalese into South Asian, and now I believe that I am going to turn into a global citizen. These 21 days have been splendid, a wonderful learning experience with all the professors, and I can see few professors after many days. It was a wonderful learning experience. The depth of knowledge that the professors, the resource person that KSL had offered is amazing, and all the participants from Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, China, Pakistan, and Nepal. You guys were amazing. It was wonderful 21 days, and the staffs back at ILRSC, Mama, our dishwasher Didi, everyone was so friendly people, and it has been a wonderful learning experience. And one thing I would like to tell the students of KSL, specifically students of KSL, you guys have got an amazing school. I wish I could again study bachelor's. Thank you, sir. Thank you for everything.
The winner of the Enthusiastic Learner Award, our own student of third year, Arya, for her experience.
My name is this award of enthusiast learner. The reason I was this enthusiast learner is because I'm surrounded by enthusiast teachers who are so passionate to teach their student that they treat their student not as a student but as their own child. So I'm very thankful to the entire team, to Yuvraj sir, Ravi sir, our Mr. Original, Sachin Dai, to our fullest coach Mamta Di, and all of the people who are at the background of the picture but who are no less than any of those. Thank you all, every one of you who helped me to reach here. This 21 days of ESDR has been an amazing blend of hardship and friendship. So I'll miss all of you, I'll miss all of the fun moments, the pressure, the fun, the games and everything. I'm taking away a new family and I'll always be grateful for that. Thank you.
Academic Excellence Award, Kinley, to deliver her experience.
Wonderful program, economic social development rights program, and I would like to say that the five of us, because we are the second years, we are very intimidated by the array of galaxy of intellectuals that we were introduced to, whether they were participants or the professional teachers. We were actually afraid that we might not live up to the expectation that our college has sent us and the expectation that KSL and the ESDR team had. However, we are glad that we have made this so far, and we would like to extend our heartiest gratitude to KSL and the ESDR program for making us who we are now and for helping us take back what we have learned to our country, to our college and to our friends. Thank you.
Best fellow of this certain program. Last night, this guy was so stressed out that he was staring at an empty Red Bull can, and he was lost in the oblivion of it. Stressed out that what will I be tomorrow, or something like that. So I had to pull him off and shake him and tell him to not overthink but only think. So I had to call upon the guy, Pratap Adhikari.
Reply to something, right? Is during our debate we conclude that an apple in the chimpanzee in the forest, eating apple was economic development, and I was putting the bottle expecting for the economic development. And then how our journey started is Aristotle has said that the rarest human quality is inconsistency. The same exact line fit into our journey. First of all, the first breath we take was a very humble breath for us. Our first step was of inconsistency. So what I learned from here is, an inconsistency will lead to the consistencies. That means we learn from that inconsistency, from our mistake or whatever it is. From that, we came in such a way that we have to achieve this. That's why inconsistency will lead to the consistency. And likewise, one of the organizers of the previous year, ESDR, has said that ESDR is a new notebook, is a new plane of your life where you will feel your words, feel your enthusiasm in your own way of life. That I have learned from this. Yes, it is exactly a new plane of life. It is a new notebook when the life begins from the new diaspora. So in this way, I would like to thank Sachin Dai, who is one of the best guy I have ever met. And he said that I have found the new Pratap. I haven't known him, but I found the new Sachin Dai, who is so decent from the outside, but he is so philosopher from the inside. Likewise, the homely environment of the Ravi sir, who is such an excellent guy, who knows what to do in the exact situation, what is the situation, he learned to cope up with that situations. And as we know, Professor Yuvraj Sankara is one of the best professors I have ever met. As I am far from my home, I take him as one of the guardian. He is guiding my career, and I am so honored being a student of him. And all the professor, all the research person, all the people, especially I have to say one line, the people from the Bhutan they are very self-disciplined, but also I have to say that they are beautiful too. all the delegates from all the various 6 and 7 countries and all the delegates who all went to pick up their flight early in the morning, I will miss them and I will miss you all, and I will especially miss these 21 days of the ESDR. Thank you so much.
The ESDR, we have put into the threshold the limit of crying at a lot of times. And right now also I did it by not calling him for sharing the experience of although he did win in a war. So I'd like to call Project Bikram Rana.
Participants of ESDR. So our journey started with many of us not sure whether to participate or not. And as we were participant from Kathmandu School of Law, of course we had more expectations from our teachers and professors. Our coordinator, Assistant Professor Gyan Gautam, had told me that your whole batch has to score good marks. And yes, Ravi sir and Sachin Dai, he really played with us, actually with me, and I don't know why they enjoyed it. But what I have to say is, yes, they were angry sometime, but it really helped me to increase my capability and improve myself. I'm really thankful to Ravi sir and Sachin Dai and Professor Yuvraj Sangrola from bottom of my heart, because Ravi sir, Sachin Dai and Yuvraj sir, they really helped me and motivated me whenever I was low. And yes, he tried to poke me by comparing us with Bhutanese. Of course, he always used to come and say, yeah, Bhutanese are doing this and you guys are not doing that. And he used to, and we were not the KSL students. Due to Bhutanese students, we all came together and worked together. This, due to Bhutanese students, we KSL students also, all of us came together and worked together. And that is very good part which ESDR taught us, because we all came together and worked for each other. Yes, today also for my presentation, all my KSL friends have helped me a lot, and I am very thankful to all of my KSL friends, and also to my international participants, Bhutanese, Bangladeshis, Indians, hospitality of Indians, their party every day in their room, the Bhutanese, my room partner, Jigme, especially my two brothers, which I have found in this program, is two inspectors, Raghu sir and Krishna sir. They have really helped me a lot. They walked me, they were with me till 4 o'clock, till 5 o'clock, helping me in book review or other anything. Whenever I was in stress, they used to help me and tell me not to go in stress. So I have many memories, and I want to thank each and every one of you, and all the resource persons, the volunteers especially. They are very hospitable. Pranjali, Srijan, Deepika, Prasamsa was also there. So I would like to thank all of you, and I'm really proud to be part of Kathmandu School of Law, and I'm really thankful to Kathmandu School of Law. Thank you.
I'd like to call upon one of the Bangladeshi participants, whom he and I think Sir also found to be one of the most decent and very good but pretty silent worker in his own right, a very hard-working one. I'd like to call upon Munir to share his experience.
Namaste. Nima Dalek. Good afternoon to everyone. At first, I would like to...
We should learn each other.
সবার আগে আমি সবাইকে ধন্যবাদ জানাই এবং অভিনন্দন জানাই আমার বক্তৃতার শুরুতে। কাঠমান্ডু স্কুল অফ ল আমরা বাংলাদেশি এখানে আসার কারণে সবচেয়ে বেশি গর্ববোধ করি এবং আমি আমার অন্তরের অন্তঃস্থল থেকে কাঠমান্ডু স্কুল অফ লকে কৃতজ্ঞতা জানাই আমাদেরকে ইনভাইটেশন দেওয়ার জন্য। কাঠমান্ডু স্কুল অফ লতে আমরা অনেক কিছু শিখছি যা ভাষায় বলা যাবে না। কাঠমান্ডু স্কুল অফ ল এখানে আসার কারণে, এখানে পড়ার কারণে, ডিফারেন্ট টিচার্স অফ কাঠমান্ডু স্কুল অফ ল তাদের কাছ থেকে শেখার কারণে আমি ফিল করি যে কাঠমান্ডু স্কুল অফ ল ইজ ওয়ান অফ দ্য বেস্ট ইনস্টিটিউশন ইন সাউথ এশিয়া। Entire Nepal legal system should be proud of these institutions. আমাদের ক্যাম্পাসে একটা ব্যানার ছিল, প্যানাফ্লেক্স ব্যানার। ওখানে লেখা ছিল যে raise your words, not your voice, because it's rain that grows flowers, not thunders. বিভিন্ন টিচারের কাছ থেকে ক্লাস করার পরে, কেএসএল টিচারদের কাছ থেকে, প্রফেসরদের কাছ থেকে ক্লাস করার পরে, স্পেশালি প্রফেসর ইউবরাজ সানুল্লাহ স্যারের ক্লাস করার পরে আমার মনে হয়েছে যে একটা শব্দ কত শক্তিশালী হতে পারে। হাউ দ্য পাওয়ারফুল অফ ওয়ার্ডস, কতটুকু শক্তিশালী হতে পারে একটা শব্দ। সো স্যার, আমি আপনার কাছে বলতে চাই যে আপনি আমাদের জন্য দোয়া করবেন যাতে আমরা ফ্লাওয়ার্স হয়ে ফুটতে পারি এবং যে শিক্ষা আমরা এখানে পাইছি এটা যেন বাংলাদেশে নিয়ে যেতে পারি। এন্ড এখানে আমাদের যা বন্ধু বান্ধব ছিল, প্রত্যেকটা পার্টিসিপেন্ট, আমি ভাষায় প্রকাশ করতে পারবো না। I cannot express my true feelings about every participants, every friends. You guys will remain evergreen in my hearts. আমি স্পেশালি কয়েকজনের নাম বলতে চাই। আমি আমার লাইফে মেন্টর, মানে যদি আপনি বাংলা ভাষায় বলে গুরু, আমি সবসময় গুরু খুঁজতাম। গুরু মিন্স হচ্ছে যার কাছ থেকে টিচার। সো আই থিঙ্ক প্রফেসর ইউবরাজ সানুল্লাহ স্যার ইজ মাই গুরু। আমি স্যারকে গুরু হিসেবে স্বীকার করি। এবং রবি স্যার, দ্য বেস্ট মাফিয়া। স্যার এত পরিমাণ ভালো মাফিয়া গেম খেলে, একটা ভালো গুণ, এবং যে কোনো পরিস্থিতি নিয়ন্ত্রণে রাখার মতো যত ভালো কোয়ালিটি থাকা দরকার সব রবি স্যারের আছে। আমি আরো বলতে চাই প্রাঞ্জলি, দীপিকা, মমতাদি, গাইস যা করছেন আপনারা আমাদের জন্য, আমরা বাংলাদেশে আপনাদেরকে কখনোই ভুলবো না। And obviously the philosopher আর সচিন দা। So সচিন দা খুব চুপচাপ ক্লাসের মধ্যে, but when he ask question, oh my god, what is this question? And my friends, Arzu Kargi, I respect her because of fighting mentality. And Prajwal Vikram Rana, who is very decent, very qualityful, and খুবই 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 ভালো একটা ছেলে এবং খুবই ভালো বন্ধু আমার। বিজয় দা, the best photographer. সুশীল দি, সুনীল দীক্ষিত দি, আপনারাও অনেক ভালো। এবং সুশীল দি যে এত ভালো নাচতে পারে, হ্যাঁ, এত ভালো ডান্স করতে পারে, এটা লাস্ট নাইট না হইলে আমরা জানতে পারতাম না। এন্ড কিনলেন my karma. Puja Pranti, Raksha Kanal, Jigme, Grace, Pratap, and Nikki. Oh my God, she dangerous Bangla bole. রোশনি আচারিয়া খুব ভালো বন্ধু আমার, আমি সবাইকে খুব মিস করব সবাইকে। এন্ড আসমা বিস্তা মাই সিস্টার, নিখিল দঙ্গল মাই রুমমেট, সে প্রত্যেকদিন সকাল 5টায় অ্যালার্ম দিবে, হ্যাঁ অ্যালার্ম বাজতে থাকবে কিন্তু সে আর ঘুম থেকে উঠবে না 6টা, and he woke up after 6 a.m. but alarm is alarming before 5 a.m. So we missed everyone. Thanks. ধন্যবাদ।
The people here. Settle down. So let's maintain the decorum of the formal decorum of this closing ceremony. So moving on, I'd like to call upon Vijay Dixit sir to share his experiences with the program.
बाकी सभी प्रोफेसर्स, यहाँ नेपाल के अन्य जन्ममान्य व्यक्ति और नेपाल ASL के प्यारे प्यारे स्टूडेंट्स, मैं आप सभी का भारत की तरफ से स्वागत करता हूँ, अभिनंदन करता हूँ। मेरा नाम विजय दीक्षित, मैं टेलीकॉम सर्विसेज में ऑफिसर था और मैंने लगभग 3 महीने पहले वहाँ से सर्विस से VRS लेकर अभी मैं लॉ स्टूडेंट हूँ और सेकेंड ईयर, हमारे वहाँ 3 ईयर डिग्री कोर्स है, उसमें मैं अभी सेकेंड ईयर में और मेरी वाइफ दोनों स्टूडेंट हैं। हमें ESDR प्रोग्राम के बारे में पता चला तो ह्यूमन राइट्स का रिलेशन हिमालय के साथ, तो मुझे समझ में नहीं आया कि भी हिमालय ह्यूमन राइट्स का विषय कैसे हो सकता है। इन 21 दिनों में जो सोच थी, मैंने मेरी जैसा सर्विस को रिजाइन किया, सर्विस रिजाइन करने का रीज़न ये था कि मैं देश के लिए कुछ अच्छा करना चाहता था, देशभक्ति का कुछ जज्बा मेरे मन में था। तो मेरा जो दायरा था वो वहीं तक सीमित था कि भी मेरा देश, मेरा समाज या मेरा जो सिटी है मैं जहाँ का रहने वाला हूँ। लेकिन यहाँ 21 दिन में मुझे आने के बाद में पता लगा कि वास्तव में देश एक क्राइटेरिया नहीं है, वास्तव में पूरा विश्व समुदाय ही हमारा परिवार है और वो ही हमारा देश है। युवराज सर ने जो साउथ एशिया के देश हैं सारे, उनका जो एक चित्रण हमारे दिमाग में बनाया और नेपाल के बारे में जो जो चीज़ें बताई, तो अब मेरी सारी सोच अलग तरह से बदल चुकी है। मैं अब ये कहना चाहता हूँ कि नेपाल एक बहुत ही अच्छा देश है और साउथ एशिया का एक इम्पोर्टेंट फैक्टर नेपाल है। मुझे अभी यहाँ आने के बाद में ये समझ में आया, हिमालय ही एक वो है जो सारे राइट्स के ऊपर है। यदि हिमालय नहीं बचेगा तो बाकी हमारे जो राइट्स हैं उनकी कोई वैल्यू नहीं है, वो ही नहीं बचेंगे। मैं एक और बात कहना चाहता हूँ, मुझे आश्चर्य है यहाँ की कॉलेज की व्यवस्था, डिसिप्लिन और यहाँ का जो कल्चर, स्टूडेंट्स इतने प्यारे प्यारे स्टूडेंट, इतने इंटेलिजेंट, और युवराज सर के पढ़ाने का जो तरीका, 5-5 घंटे लगातार सर पढ़ाया करते थे। ओह माय गॉड, मैं इमेजिन नहीं कर सकता कि कोई प्रोफेसर जिसमें इतनी जबरदस्त स्किल की वो 5 घंटे बिना पानी पिए, बिना 5 मिनट का ब्रेक लिए लगातार बच्चों को पढ़ाते हैं। सर वास्तव में गजब है। नेपाल, यदि किसी भी देश का विकास की हम बात करते हैं तो शिक्षा ही एक ऐसा माध्यम है जो आप किसी भी देश को ऊपर उठा सकता है। सर जो देशभक्ति कर रहे हैं, मैं समझता हूँ इससे बड़ी कोई देशभक्ति हो नहीं सकती। ESL का जो स्टैंडर्ड मापदंड है, मेरा ये मानना है कि भारत की किसी भी बड़ी से बड़ी यूनिवर्सिटी का ऐसा माहौल नहीं है। इतना गजब का डिसिप्लिन, सर का जो नॉलेज है, सर से जो मैंने ज्ञान प्राप्त किया, इन्होंने जो हमें सिखाया, मैं आश्चर्यचकित हूँ। मैं बाकी मेरे अन्य देशों के जो साथी थे उन सभी का शुक्रगुजार हूँ। यहाँ एक अच्छा माहौल था 21 दिन, हालांकि हम काफ़ी टायर्डनेस फील करते थे, सर इतना पढ़ाते थे, काफ़ी परेशान होते थे डिसिप्लिन के मामले में। रवि सर कुछ भी इधर उधर होने नहीं देते थे। इन्होंने जिस तरीके से मैनेज किया, पूरा इतना शानदार कार्यक्रम रहा। जाते हुए मेरे मन में नेपाल के लिए एक बहुत अच्छी छवि है। मैं कोशिश करूंगा, वैसे हमारा एक सामान्य कल्चर है, हमारे जो प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी हैं उनके ऑफिस का एक बड़ा वेल स्ट्रक्चर है। वहाँ यदि कोई भी सामान्य नागरिक यदि कोई चिट्ठी या कुछ भी लेटर लिखता है तो उसका रिप्लाई आता है। मैं यहाँ से जाने के बाद में मैं प्रॉमिस करता हूँ कि असल के बारे में, यहाँ के नेपाल की संस्कृति के बारे में, हिमालय के बारे में प्रधानमंत्री कार्यालय को जरूर चिट्ठी लिखूंगा। युवराज सर के लिए मैं ये कहना चाहूँगा कि काश युवराज सर हमारी किसी यूनिवर्सिटी के प्रोफेसर होते हैं, हमारे कॉलेज के प्रिंसिपल होते हैं। मैं सभी को भारत की तरफ से अंतिम मेरी तरफ से यही कह के और विदा लूंगा कि आप लोग बहुत प्यारे लोग हैं। मैंने यहाँ आने के बाद में ये देखा कि आप लोगों में डिसिप्लिन है, आप लोगों में एक आपस में अटैचमेंट है। ESL के स्टूडेंट आपस में इतने ज़्यादा एक दूसरे से अटैचमेंट रखते हैं कि कुछ मेरे पास शब्द नहीं है कि मैं उसको बयान कर सकूँ। थैंक यू नेपाली, आप अच्छा करें, शिक्षा का स्टैंडर्ड बढ़ाएं। और युवराज सर जिस दिशा में जा रहे हैं, यदि वास्तव में युवराज सर जैसे और यदि थोड़े बहुत लोग यदि नेपाल में होंगे तो वास्तव में विश्व के मानचित्र में नेपाल का बहुत बड़ा नाम होगा। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Because these people have imprinted some of their characters to the program in itself. So I'd like to call upon the guy from Prithvinaran campus. In the first day, he and I, we all thought that why have we selected this guy? But at the end of it, he entirely proved us wrong. Hence the diploma. So I'd like to call upon him to express his opinion. Sumandram.
Good afternoon, everyone. Distinguished guests, professors, my dear fellow delegates from different countries, and my friends from KSM. It's been an immense pleasure to attend this program. I actually said yesterday that why Professor Sangala did not initiate this program all over the Nepal. Coming alone from the western part of the country, alone was a big deal, but not a big deal when you have the guts to come here, when you are desperate to come here and join this program from many years, and you actually get the right time to come here and participate in it. I would like to thank all professors, resource person, our volunteers, our Sachin Dai, and all my fellow delegates from different countries, especially from Bangladesh, Bhutan, Pakistan, China, India, and our representative from security forces. It's been an immense pleasure to join this program. Definitely, I will join into another program, the Kathmandu Dialogue. And Ravi sir, I will be getting that award which those guys has get. All of you and KSL guys, you are really rich in knowledge. You are really good, and it's been an absolute pleasure working with you as a team. Thank you so much.
So, moving on, I'll call upon two more people. This guy, who I'm about to call, is for us the dark horse. He works in his own right, in the shadows, but he works so hard. And he and I, we used to walk around and provoke all the people, probably all 40 have been at least at any given point of time being poked by us. But this guy never gave us any expressions or emotions out of it. Always used to give it. But this guy never gave it up. So I'd like to call upon Nikhil Longo to share his experiences.
One thing that I have learned from this ESDR is more of an impromptu speaking which I lacked. So it was a very wonderful experience. The friends that I made, the beautiful memories that I have made. So thank you very much. Thank you all of you.
And I was supposed to call all the people who won their awards to share their experiences, but I missed out on this exceptional guy. So I'd like to call upon Krishna Bahadur Bomsar to give his experience. This will be the last.
Chair of this ceremony, Professor President of KSF, Madhav Prasad Acharya sir, and Program Chair, Professor Dr. Yuvraj Sangrawal sir. Like, while awarding us, Sangrawal sir, you told that we were being not a police officer, but students, because you made us do that. We were inspired from you. You were teaching for non-stop 5 hours, and how we would expect break in every hour. That's the reason behind that. We are not the winners. The man behind what is reflected out, he is the man behind that. So I really appreciate it. And moreover, Ravi sir, now I have been an instructor for commander training as well. Just because that training is physically demanding, and unwillingly you have to make harsh decisions, unwillingly to the beloved persons who are your fellows. And at the end, when they achieve, you are the one who will be more happier than the achievers. So I can connect to your feelings, sir. How you will feel right now. And to my fellow delegates, let's say this is a sample size of South Asia. We have enjoyed together, forgetting the boundaries, forgetting our relation, forgetting a culture, and putting humanity in the center. So, we may be in the different professions, because I am in a profession, you will join later on. And some of us, we are already engaged in other professions. But let's extrapolate it and make this sample size work for whole of the South Asia and whole the world to make a better world. Thank you, sir.
Yes, generations of generations. He's actually technically entirely made the foundations of legal education in our country. So I'd like to call upon the President of Kathmandu School of Law, our respected, beloved Professor Madhav Prasad Acharya sir.
Dignitaries seated on the dance, members of the faculty, student participants, ladies and gentlemen. Humanity is the concern of everybody. As a human being, you are concerned with your rights. It is connected with the civilization. It is connected with the rule of law. It is connected with the progress of the country, of course. If you do share your knowledge with the juniors, if you do utilize your knowledge for the promotion of happiness of mankind, yes, you are in the right track. You should learn others and learn yourself from the elders. That is what you are doing. Otherwise, simply certificate would not give you qualification to your expectation. Money is not the main thing. Of course, as I heard here from different student participants that they got very much enthusiastic sort of message for their life. They got perception change in their life. It is very much encouraging, of course. Thank you for your that commitment and for your that achievement. Well, those who have participated, I congratulate you all for your good participation. And also, I thank all those students who appreciated this institute and also our professor Ibrahim. Thank you for a nice comment. This has made, I feel that Professor Sangrahasu must have been enthusiastic to do more in his report. Well, looking forward, your performance would go better. You would be good and do good for the all mankind. Well, with these words, I should do on behalf of this institute and also on behalf of all my team workers, I must thank all those visiting professors and resource persons who gave complete contribution to this program. They devoted their knowledge, they made some sort of input to you, useful to you. I must express my gratitude for their contribution, including Yuvraj Sukhona. I must also thank all those volunteer students who must have made the report very much sincerely. So thank you for your good work. And also I must thank all those persons who are behind the curtain, like drivers, the security persons, the catering persons. They have also made a lot of contribution to the program. Therefore, we cannot ignore them. I must thank them for their contribution. So with these words, I should say that thank you for your bright future. I hope that the day to come in your life will be more enthusiastic, resourceful, and more creative. With these words, wish you all the best. Thank you.
To witness beauty, you will need to have patience. So we have beauty at the end of it. Returning the appraisal you gave me earlier on. So she is someone to me in our institution to whom you can have a conversation about anything. She's so open to it, whether intellectual, whether personal, whether professional, anything. So calling upon the beloved Professor Ida Pathak Sangharan for the closing remarks.
I think informally I should just counter, because we have been taught to counter, with the arguments and the reasoning. So I'm glad that you addressed me. I was actually, thinking for the first time in my life somebody said that we would like to call a beauty kind of. Then it was actually the countering to when I saw him that, okay, all the participants were somehow, somewhere talking about pairing off, like somebody found intercultural, inter-country, and all inter things, like it was really ESDR. Then I suddenly found that, Sachin, I asked like, Sachin, you being so handsome that you didn't find anyone. They said like, okay, you were saying me handsome kind of, so he is like actually giving a big blow. I like it. I like it. Otherwise, beauty lies in the mindset. It's not the eyes. It is actually in the mindset, a kind of connectivity. That connectivity actually makes everyone is special. Everyone is beautiful. So for me, the definition of beauty is something different. Thank you very much. In that regard, a professor, a teacher's relationship with a student is really beautiful, and I salute that beauty. Because my because of the time, it is always, a very difficult task to be a chair, at least, at the end, concluding the session, because that is something that I have noticed every time my respected mothers are almost 99% that in this kind of program that he has been chairing forever since. But since this is International Law Relation and Study Center, ILRC, so I have to be the chair on that behalf. Otherwise, my address will amalgamate with the address and then welcome and also the thank and also for the future prospect. So, respected Madhav sir, who has been so inspirational to all of us, and Sachin is rightly saying that he is the person that, I keep on looking him, Yuvraj sir, and all other faculties from generations to generation. He is the person that from Tribhuvan University to Purvanchal University, from Nepal Law Campus to Kathmandu School of Law, he has never left our hand. He is always with us. So, very respected son, Professor Madhav Prasad Acharya, President of Kathmandu School of Law. I should also, respect, although because of his work, we can of course understand, and he also apologized, the chief guest, Honorable Gokul Prasad Vaskota, Minister for Communication and Information Technology. Of course, Professor Dr. Yuvraj Sangrola, the Executive Director, Principal, the Chair of this program of Economic, Social and Development Right. And we have many guests, especially from the Management Committee, from different capacity, who are just now left, retired AIG Amar Singh Saha. Professor Kapil Shrestha is here, who is also the former Commissioner to the National Human Rights Commission, and also the Management Committee member of Kathmandu School of Law. At the same time, we have one program, Asia Pacific Masters of Human Rights and Democratization. He is there as steering committee member, at the same time the faculty. And we have also Nora sir, and all the faculty members like Prakash sir and Hong Kong sir, Sudha ma'am, admin head, and then all the faculties and the staffs, whoever is present here. And behind the curtain actually supported the program. And one more, this time we really missed out, we are missing the FIMT under the Guru Gobind Trust University has been also supporting from next year, from the previous year. Of course, we'll again be next year. And all the organizing committee members, and also we have one person, I think some of you cannot see him, from Center for Legal Research and Resource Development. We call it CELARD, representing, all in all actually, he has been looking after the program chief, program head, and many capacity, Ramani Gautam. Because I should spell out the name of CELARD, has been actually the contribution of CELARD to establish this Kathmandu School of Law. We were CELARD and we are still in CELARD as a research institute. So I welcome and also thank for your presence here. And all the board members, head of departments, faculties, participants, ESDR faculty especially, teaching in and out. We call it residential, but those who are actually teaching back and forth in their outreach campus and Kathmandu School of Law, even if we did not stay there, we are still residential because we are teaching within the Kathmandu School of Law only. And all organizing, the members of organizing committee, especially to refer Assistant Professor Ravi Prakash Vyas, who is here, and I have been hearing a lot about you. Rubin, Raksha Giri, who is also back and forth, and Rajan Pandey as also program officer, I guess, like within this. And Sachin, I forgot you again, Pranjali, and many more. And I should firstly thank Pranjali, Deepika, Srijan, Prasamsa, Sandhya, Diksha, Ankita, Samita, and Prakriti, along with all the support hands from driving, which is very important for us because we should make sure that we are in safe hand. Ramkaji, Kedar, Ram Singh, and all other there, and cafeteria. The food is most important. The Mama Banja cafeteria, mostly supported by Sanu, we call him Sanu, and then Vishnu, Narayan, and many more, and security guys. They are also at Outreach Campus. So you all deserve a very big thank. So hats off to you. For me, I remember my time in summer school on human rights there in Bangladesh. Actually, we were residential. Many times Professor Sangrola had been there, and I was there 2 times. There was one moment when there were 47 participants, and in almost 9 or 10 p.m. in the night, the main organizer came before us, all the faculties, and asked us that please vote one of the students whom you like the most. There are 47 participants. It was for the first time for me that kind of subjective evaluation. Then I returned my form, and I returned my form the following morning. And then I was asked, why didn't you write the name of your favorite student? Then I said, all 47 students' faces appeared before me. Maybe this is the weakness of a biological mother. In the eye of mother, the children, no matter that, even if they are doing good or not, they are saying bad things or sometimes not very cooperative, still the child is the child of mother. That is why I did not vote for a person, because that was subjective evaluation. On the other capacity, if I had been asked to evaluate on with the objective basis, that would have been nice that, okay, on what basis, whether there was plus and minus in speaking, in writing, in answering the questions, that would have been better. So a person is really in a difficult, like me, where I was asked the subjective evaluation. So my concern here is this kind of residential program. Of course, there was also objective evaluation for the mood and something that really appeared, and I can see this time summer school I heard that Arju was there on an objective basis, that you were there. You received this award of best advocate, right? Best motor. So my concern is this kind of program, which I believe that we started with all day and night your evaluation. Sometimes something you might not have noticed that this may lead me down, or sometimes up. That uphills are always there because we are human. So we always try to correct the next. So my concern is you should always respect the objective evaluation, and you should always discourage the subjective evaluation. Because even if the objectively evaluated degrees or whatever award you have received, someday it will slowly be fading out. My concern is your award, your name in the award will not, someday maybe disappear, or your names in the whatever the certificates it will not be remained. What will remain is your performance. What will remain is your future endeavor, and then what you will do. One day will come that you don't need anything. You don't need to show your certificates other than very formally required things. Any award, what appears is you and your humanity and your performance. So for this, ESDR and this kind of programs actually provide. For me, there are 3 awards that today I have noticed. One, which is very important, is institutional award. Hats off to, and I salute, the Jigme Singye Wangchuk Law School, that you have, it's institutional pride. As we can see, this cup, it's a pride. It's a pride. We forgot to mention that Kathmandu School of Law, from the starting till the end, the 14th Henri Dunant Memorial Moot Court competition at the national and regional round, nowhere in the world, one school, one college standing out throughout 14 years in the world community. In the world, no Moot Court competition, a single college has actually received award. This is Kathmandu School of Law. This is Kathmandu School of Law, and this is the dedication of the collective effort of faculties and the staffs of Kathmandu School of Law, and of course students. So this is institutional award that is very important for me. The second is the participation, which is 100%. Because participation is 100%. If you remain there 100%, then only you will get participation. And the third, I value, but as compared to the institutional award, because you do represent, even if you have received individual award, the individual performance. Please keep going on with all these awards, and stay on with your future. And please continue, because I still remember that if the glaciers do not remain there and nothing is there. So you have to preserve your glacier of academic glaciers. So this is the academic, Himalayan integrity. Somebody said that integrity. I never thought of a natural preservation can also be discussed with the dignity and integrity. So that was something which I have noted, and you have taught me to teach my students as well. So this is how that we have learned from this program. So at the end, this 21 days is actually symbolic for your future, because we have been talking and we have been arguing, we have been representing the very marginalized, vulnerable people, either in person or with the natural resources. Because ultimately we are talking about the basic needs, which is very, very important. Thank you so much, and thank you very much for your presence. With this, I think the time has come to formally conclude the session, but to be continued. Thank you very much.